Hello, everyone. I hope you have very much quite have a wonderful, great day to meet, and also very quite have a great, beautiful morning as well, guys. Well, guys, today I'm actually gonna speed up our entire speed up our entire episode today. So I'm gonna be a little bit trying to move a little bit as quick as possible, not to exactly repeat yesterday's things, not to exactly to repeat the yesterday's episode by going a little bit longer when the entire camera completely cuts me off. By the way, guys, I'm grateful for your guys' support. It means a lot to me. Stay blessed and stay safe and keep pursuing your dreams and your goals no matter what. You guys got this. You guys got this as well. You're my true inspiration as I am your true inspiration as well. You guys keep on going and keep on pushing. Like and subscribe to Billy's channel in YouTube and in TikTok as well. He would very much quietly appreciate that as well. But despite that, your guys' support means a lot to me. Stay safe and enjoy your day. Today's such a beautiful day and such a great, blessed day indeed. And keep smiling and keep strong from long videos in YouTube, and from those of you subscribing, and from shorts, and as well from you guys on TikTok. I appreciate you. Love you all guys so much. Stay blessed and stay happy. And with that being said, let's move forward as well. On today's episode, we're to speak about an ancient race of great formidable of great formidable of great and powerful formidable of great powerful formidable sacred hunters known as the Two Nation Hunters, who are very powerful and very ancient and very driven species. They are far different. They are completely actually far different from the Four Nation Hunters, and far different from the actual Six Nation Hunters. And the founder and leader is Two, which is quietly of a woman leading the entire ancient society of the Two Nation Hunters. Two is one of the most formidable founding leaders of the entire Four Nation Hunters of the Two Nation Hunter Society. It is known that the Four Nation Hunters are the weakest, greatest ancient hunters throughout sacred history, because they possess driven ancient energy and power to opening portals, and accessing natural powers and natural abilities at will, and spiritual energy at will. But through that weakness is the power of great love, and the great love and the great power of great persistence and great hope, which exactly keeps the entire ancient society of the Two Nation Hunters quietly in peace, and quietly heavily built in love and true companionship as well, which builds their power through that as well. And they get their power through love and through honor and through the great goodness of their true power, to which the Four Nation Hunters and the other sacred hunters and the other supernaturals of the warlocks, the light druids, and the witches know that very quietly well, that the Two Nation Hunters are indeed definitely more formidable. Due to the weakened state, it makes them stronger, and it makes them more powerful, more driven, and more greater unpredictable as well. Based that their power is driven by positive energy and by positive thinking thoughts, and by spiritual energy that is driven and connected through positive mindset as well. And the founder and leader is one of the greatest and most formidable, loving of all the entire Two Nation Hunter Society. That is exactly remained as an example for the Two Nation Hunter Society for many decades and for many centuries as well. She's a member of the United Heroes as well, and she's always been a member of the United Heroes, believing in their goals and in the obligation of maintaining sacred peace, sacred harmony, sacred balance to human society, and to both the sacred world and to the rest of the sacred great nations, and to the supernaturals and to the monsters, given the fact that some are very powerful dark villains, but she still sees the good inside them, and she's still willing to help them redeem themselves and find their true honor. And according to the members of the United Heroes, is that Two is one of the most brightest and one of the most greatest pure light members, and not exactly just because she's weak. It's because she's full of compassion and full of great devotion, which makes the United Heroes more highly motivated to giving humanity a very powerful sentimental lesson of compassion and hope, and also great inspiration to the generation that also is coming by as well. So let's exactly proceed. In Two's earlier middle century life, in Two's earlier middle century life, she began her true destiny and mission as she was trained by the Two Nation Hunter elders to become the most higher proficiency, to become the most highest proficiency founder and leader of the Two Nation Hunter civilization, of the Two Nation Hunter civilization, of the rest of the society as well. Through all of that, she discovered her power and her true abilities and her true supernatural abilities and status, as well as the limitation of her powers and the limitation of her true weakness of her powers as well. She decided it's time to expand these lessons and these ancient ways to the rest of the Two Nation Hunter Society in order to giving them a clear, greater perspectivity of how to controlling power before power can completely control you as well. During the following centuries, the founder and the leader has led the Two Nation Hunters through most heartbreaking missions in stopping and preventing wars and calamities from many sacred villages that are within the outskirts of the sacred great nations, trying to protecting the sacred peace and harmony before hatred and evil can fully take advantage of the chaos and also of the destruction that is quietly been laid to waste by the great ancient wars of dark magic and the ancient civil wars and the vampire wars and the ancient dark and the ancient crystal wars, the cultured war, the sinister war, the power war, the unknown wars, many ancient dark wars that have been waged upon sacred society and within the entire sacred great nation itself. Through all of that helping the Two Nation Hunters have become the great lifeline of helping the refugees that have quietly been war orphaned by the warring states periods during when the sacred great nations were quietly completely fighting up against themselves for power or for expansion as well, to which the refugees exactly felt so much hatred and anger, to which the Two Nation Hunters realized that this type of feeling will only create a pathway for evil to begin taking full advantage of it, and two exactly told the rest of the people that it's time for them to serve the moral compass and a moral compassionate work as well, by giving light to the darkest souls and by helping them find their ways before it's too late completely, to which they exactly did so. The Two Nation Hunter headquarters and many other homelands have became the refugee centers for them to exactly remain and living in peace, for them to finding their own way, to where the founder and leader of the Two Nation Hunters began training and began helping the young supernaturals and creatures and beings adapt and evolve to their powers and to their great personal supernatural heritage, and learning and unlocking the secrets of their full potential as well, and using those powers for the greater good rather than for the greater evil as well. For the following 2 centuries, the founder and leader of the Two Nation Hunters and the rest of her people have managed to preventing the dark forces of evil known as the monsters of the dark dimension from wreaking greater longitude of havoc, literally wreaking greater longitude of havoc on unknown dark worlds and star systems that have been trying to exactly enter the physical universe known as the golden universe and known as the sacred universe, in order for them to begin the sole tournaments of extinction and of annihilation as well. During in that particular time, Tu learned that the original Lord of Magic was after all in power, and he was after all too powerful for people to exactly fight up against, because they will be wiped out in a matter of time. And the Shadow Empire's dominance and power has grown completely unstoppable, and also as well unpredictable as well. They decided it's best to withdraw her forces away from the threat that they can't basically able to not exactly that they can basically not exactly unable to win up against, realizing that the odds are completely up against them as well, to backfire and helping those who exactly needed assistance. During the following years of the century, the Two Nation Hunters began a huge mission line in fighting evil warlocks, druids, witches, evil supervillains and powerful crime lords and masters, some who are frequent collaborators of an ancient secret society of supervillains known as the Founders, the Order of the Five, the Order of the Six, and the Order of the Seven, and the White Power itself as well, and Sacred Five as well. Unbeknownst to the other Two Nation Hunters, Tu has become well aware that these ancient criminal organizations are now being formed and being reassembled by the most powerful, elite, super ancient anti-villain heroes, or some by the most worst of the worst, who have become immortal and very powerful during the ancient times and during the ancient ways, that are beginning to reassemble the group and trying to exactly creating a network of powerful, deadly operatives and criminals who can fully operate in the shadows without being seen and without being fully being noticed as well, without being seen and without being fully heavily undetected as well. During which in the next following centuries, the founder leader of the Two Nation Hunters was able to meet up with the power elders on a great central headquarters of their village, to where she precisely told them that they have to take decisive action in neutralizing as much threats and as much forces and trying to stopping wars and conflicts from rising and as well from ceasing. the power elders exactly agreed to, then that will be the best alternative route in order to stopping the sacred great nations from waging war. But the other elders exactly told too that the mighty two nation hunters are powerful on their own standards due to the power driven by compassion and love and hope. They are very quietly capable of stopping these battles. But two exactly told the great power elders that the two nation hunter villages and homelands are overrun by many refugees from many known star systems, worlds, villages, clans, and many known that have been destroyed by the great ancient wars and civilization that the sacred great nations have been fighting up against for the past few decades and for the past few centuries, to which has opened up and paved a way for the most deadly ancient criminals and the forces of evil to begin taking their rightful place and positioning themselves at the right time to taking advantage of the chaos and of the carnage caused by the sacred great nations themselves as well. To which the power elders begin to agree with too, and that is why they've been able to rise into power and been able to rise into power and being able to exactly operate without being fully expected as well, and continuing the organization's goals and their mission in controlling sacred society from behind the shadows. To which they all precisely agree it's best if two and the others two nation hunters focus their true mission in rescuing the ones that cannot be rescued and in trying to stop in the war before it spirals out of control as well. To which they all precisely agree that they'll lend her the resources and more of them, to which will seem very useful at the time as well. To which two precisely agree with the power elders as well at the time. During on the middle century, Two was able to exactly Two and the other members of the Two Nation Hunters began a huge ancient powerful training mission in trying to acquire the power of magic, spiritual energy, to where they entered and traveled through another ancient dimension where it's meant where it houses natural magical energy and power, and it's only protected by the ancient godlike creatures and monsters that exactly gave them the proper training and the techniques in order for them to actually perform. To which Two exactly told her apprentices and the rest of her people that obtaining this power, it'll help them evolve their power, it'll help them evolve their mindset, and as well their clear perspectivity. To which their eyes and their power began to glow and began to highly evolve as well. To which she told the other elder that these dimensions will be heavily protected and that they'll be heavily not be relocated or try to be dislocated or try to be literally to be looked upon. The great elder exactly reassured too that these dimensions cannot be accessed by powerful dark forces, only by the brightest of minds that can enter this dimension, and it only works in two-way street. Those who've been given the power to enter this dimension can enter, and those who live on this dimension can go in and can come out, and they can summon those they want who are worthy enough to enter. Due to the state of their pure heart and due to the state of their purest heart and not of their greatest darkest heart as well. To which Two believely agree that these apprentices will do far greater than ever possible and that this dimension will be protected at all costs. To which Two and the elder agree on that as well. Near to the ending century, Two was able to fight a huge battle against the ancient natural monsters of the sacred natural country worlds, the ones that I told you about, to where it turned out into a huge inspiration when she fought up against the leader of the natural dark creature monsters toe to toe, realizing that his power is beyond anything they've ever seen before. Two exactly told her forces to withdraw before it completely overwhelms them. And the leader of the natural monster, or the leader of the natural monsters of the sacred natural country monster, is a very formidable dark adversary and a dark founder and leader of the dark monster organization group that's been heavily focusing in power, dominance, and control, and in world domination, and in universal domination, and in sacred domination as well. To which she was able to tell her elders and the rest of her people that the leader of the monster sacred natural country is willing to seize power and control by any means necessary, to which it will be a very bad mistake if he rules humanity and uses an army of uncontrollable beasts and monsters to begin the sole mission of extermination and of eradication upon the realm of mankind and upon the realm of the sacred universe and the rest of the supernatural aliens and races that are fighting amongst themselves. Due to the original little magic remaining in power, it will still cause a huge extinction level unlike anything else they've ever seen before. To which they all precisely agree, then it's time for a new change of a direction as well. From the early years after the ending centuries, Two has quietly remained within the Two Nation Hunter homeland for the past few decades and centuries, training and also guiding the elite warriors of her people and of her kind, giving them the lessons of compassion, harmony, discipline, and showing great heart and great lessons as well. Until Four, the founding leader of the Four Nation Hunters, showed up within Two's homeland and exactly gave her a great proposition to where she can exactly join the United Heroes in making the world, and they both both universes, and make both worlds and many other worlds a safer place for what's to come, with the calamities of great good and evil, since they're clashing with deadly, powerful opposite threats that are willing to exactly restore peace and harmony in a dark way and also in a very destructive way, to which two began to agree for that should be glad to be happy to join the members of the United Heroes, and hoping that it will shine a light and a spot to the supernatural communities and to the Four Nation Hunters and to all the races of sacred existence, and especially to the sacred great nations themselves, and stopping their greatest enemies and their greatest foes in the process. To which Four exactly told Two that they'll be very happy to have her along the way as well, to which she purposely agreed with them on that as well. On the actual precise day of the 26th of April, Two was able to precisely reconvene with the power elders on their central homeland, where she precisely told them that the preparations and everything else are quietly set, but she exactly told them that due to the actions of the ancient criminal organization known as the Order of the Five and the founders, who've exactly managed to control the members of the United Heroes and using them to further their ancient goal and mission to controlling humanity and the entire known universe for them to become immortal gods. It's proven that they've been planning this goal for the past few years and for the past few centuries, and now it's successfully beginning to bear fruit. The power elders exactly told Two that the Two Nation Hunters and the United Heroes will always have their back, and they'll always watch over them no matter what. And they'll always stick by them no matter what. Through thick and thin, they still have the resources, and they will take effective action when the time is ready to come. To which she exactly told the power elders that she's very grateful for that, and she's willing to do whatever it takes to ensuring the survival of all the races within the sacred universe and all the races within the sacred great nations, to ensure that possibility as well. On the actual precise day of the 8th of May, Two was able to precisely meet up with her people, meet up with the people of the Two Nation Hunters through an ancient chamber that houses ancient crystals and statues of the great ancient progenitors who are hybrids, creatures of a druid, witches, powerful, faithful, and a powerful dark and unknown lord and master who was known to be an evil dark being and a dark dragon creature, and a white dragon statue was also there quietly, representing that the creature herself is still, after all, alive as well, though she may appear to be dead to the others as well. During the meeting, Two was able to tell the elders of the Two Nation Hunters that they must come up with a different and effective way in order to helping the members of the United Heroes while they're facing trial against the actions that were quietly committed and forced by these ancient criminal organizations. To which they agreed that what they can exactly do. The only thing they can exactly do is stopping the alien conquerors and tyrants from trying to control Earth and from trying to conquer humanity, to which will be the best way to slowing down the process, while the universal heroes are fighting the threats on the other side, to which they can exactly also use the break and use the resources that have been given to them. To which they agreed, then they're willing to facilitate the plan, and they told Two what's the plan from going forward. Two exactly told them that this is a plan from going forward as well. On the actual precise on the 4th of June, the Two Nation Hunters and the rest of the resistance of the Four Nation Hunters of the Intergalactic Coalition of the Four Nation Hunters moved in straight away into the other star systems, fighting an evil alien warlord, tyrant, conqueror who possesses a red crystal and an army and fleet of battle cruisers, heading straightly towards the Golden Universe to begin another calamity of war and a disaster. The Two Nation Hunters fleet and their forces were forced to intervene to stopping the threat and also from taking it down right away. The Two Nation Hunters and the Seven Nation Hunters banded together. Two and the other members fought up against the evil alien warlord conqueror, proving that his might is definitely powerful and very, very powerful due to his great immortality straight and physical stamina and super strength. He's very powerful, and he exactly explained to them that his sole dark conquest and plan, that he will conquer the Golden Universe, and from there he will destroy humankind in order to positioning his rule and reclaiming his rightful place within his entire homeworld society, so that his people can accept him back, so that he can never be driven off by another tyrant or by another alien conqueror who thinks is suitable to ruling his people. None of the great heroes knows the full intention of the great evil alien conqueror. Two and the others literally subdued the alien warlord, took him down, literally put him down, and literally completely subdued him and destroyed him. His entire fleet and forces were forced to withdraw from the invasion and from the incursion that they are about to create as well. Which means, in other words, 2 and the 7 Nation Hunter members began to realize that these alien conquerors are not just acting up just for unknown reason. They are forced to taking action, and someone is exactly persuading them or either giving them great information on opportunity to taking over the position of conquering the known universe, and from there human society and the entire sacred universe with it will follow along with it, towards a precise good in that as well. On the actual day, on the 17th of August, two was able to reconvene with the members of the United Heroes on the central headquarters of the asteroid base, to where she precisely exactly told them that the mission and the full purpose of the mission itself has begun to taking a down low since they were able to clashing with an evil alien warlord conqueror. The other members exactly told too that now that their positioning has been quiet, they've been stated clear throughout the known universe and throughout the supreme console, throughout the entire supreme powerful console throughout the supreme kind of powerful console known as the universal console of the entire known universe that balances the odds of sacred justice and sacred peace. They must exactly know their position, since they're fighting threats from this side and from the other side, which means that they will have in other words, they'll have to split up their forces in order to taking down what's yet to come. And for exactly precisely with two by their side, they still have the leverage to bring in hope and great courage and great wisdom as still part of their job. As the leader of the Universal Water Hero also agreed that Two's great leadership and her compassionate mission has made the team of the United Heroes more powerful and more highly effectively ever possible as well. To where they all begin to agree that Two must exactly lead the other missions, while they also will lead the other missions on the other side, while the rest stay here on the solar system, while the others go to the sacred universe and into the sacred countries of the sacred great nations and into other dimensions and worlds to try to quiet down the storming forces of great chaos and of great destruction before the threats can take full advantage of the opposite crisis that they really have created as well. To which to begin to agree that will be the most genius and effective way in order to subduing and keeping the forces of evil at bay before an ultimate threat begins rising from the shadows and trying to reclaiming its true status quo and fulfilling a dark purpose that they've been charged and been given with to fulfill at any cost, to where they all begin to precisely good on that as well. On the actual 17th of September, Two and the 7 Nation Hunters went on a covert secret mission to a destroyed planet that is filled with asteroid, where they discovered the ancient race that possesses greater ancient and blue greater power of blue electricity, energy and power, to which gives them the power to literally become energy and pure energy themselves. They were able to discover that the dark magic users and the silver scientists were trying to unlock the secret power of controlling electronic energy and electricity power at will, to which Two and the other 7 Nation Hunters decided it's best to stop the experiment and to stop the ritual before it goes any further, to which they did so. And the forces exactly warned Two and the other 7 Nation Hunters that the ritual will still commence and that it will still proceed on accordingly as well, no matter what, to which they meant exactly what they say during the collapsing of the battle and during the collapsing of the cave itself as well. On the on the actual precise day of the 12th of October, Two was precisely able to reconvene with the 4 Nation Hunter elders on the central headquarters, to where she precisely exactly told them that this entire debacle of the war and all of its chaos has created nothing but a huge plague of utter destruction, and the ancient criminal organization have proven that their hypothesis has come true, and it is already beginning to bear fruit due to what they're actually saying. And the elders themselves agree with her in that, and they've also quietly agreed with that, with the Shadow Empire now losing its power and it's still remaining in power due to an ancient organization working from behind the scenes, trying to make sure that power remains dominant to its status quo. To exactly begin to agree with the elders that it's time for her forces and for her people to start learning the dark truth about the Shadow Empire's history and about the masters behind the entire empire who are controlling it and what's their full purpose in doing all of this as well. To which they agree that they'll leave the mission to her and to her forces, since they can fully entrust her with the task at hand. That is where they precisely all agreed to as well. On the actual day of the 20th of November, Two and the other members began a full jurisdiction mission on the entire Shadow Empire homeland, where they discovered ancient dark mythical paintings and blue purple fire that houses ancient paintings of dark dark, mythical founding creatures and beings beyond anything else anyone else will see. And in doing so, the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders were able to spot the mighty, great warriors, and they were able to exactly continue to fighting up against them no matter what as well. Two and the others realized that they're completely outmatched, and they thought it's best to destroy the entire base and the entire ancient cave itself, but knowing that it possesses greater immense knowledge, which means it'll prove very vital for them to taking back what they've known and giving it back to the Universal Heroes as well. On the actual 4th of December, 2 was able to reconvene with the members of the Universal Heroes on the central headquarters of the base of the operation, and as well as giving the Universal Heroes and the members of the team that there is a powerful, deadly, ancient criminal organization that is, after all, controlling and facilitating the Shadow Empire's dominant goal and power, to which Lycus herself and her team began to believe that so to be true, because the Shadow Empire has been remaining dominant, even through the death of the original Nomadic, its status quo still holds the same, which proving that there is a powerful, shadowy, mastermind criminal organization, far ancient and far superior and far very powerful due to its status that is still controlling the aftermath and also the after chaos that they have created as well, which means that the leader of the Universal Heroes begin to agree too that it's best if the Two Nation Hunters exactly focus on that mission, while the members of the Universal Defending Heroes will focus on discovering more about these ancient dark masters and leaders and criminal masterminds who are controlling the Shadow Empire and the ancient organization behind it as well, to which two begin to precisely agree with the other members of the Universal Heroes as well. On the actual 13th of January, two and the other apprentice began a full ancient training in absorbing ancient energy and magical energy through the ancient dimension that I previously talked about. While doing so, her eyes began changing color, and she was able to receive the power of transference and the power of detection and the power of absorption and understanding dark magic and its full energy source, and seeing the supernatural dark reality world beneath the ground herself, due to her eyes changing to a different type of animal color, due to her eyes changing to a different type of animal color perspective, where it was red or either purple or green or yellowish in color, and she was able to see and understand that there's more at stake ever possible as well. On the 17th of February, 2 was able to exactly meet up with the great ancient white monks leaders on the central headquarters of their village, to where they also advised her that the natural power is after all powerful, that one of their own has gone rogue for the past few centuries and he's been corrupted by the power to becoming a godlike being, to which two also quietly believe that as well has become true, and the knowledge within could actually save or could either destroy. And she told the ancient elders to destroy the ancient knowledge before it's misused for the greater evil. But the other ancient elders already told her that the knowledge itself has already been used and it's already been given to the most powerful elite of the students, who become super ancient criminals and rogue forces who have become fully affiliated with the ancient criminal organizations that the heroes are fully fighting up against, as either as the operatives or as the associates, or as a closest associate, or as a closest operative, to which two realize that time is of the essence as well. On the actual 9th of March, 2 was able to reconvene with 4 on the central headquarters of the 4 Nation Hunter homeland beneath the ancient chamber, to which he told 4 that the United Heroes can do far better than this by stopping these threats and subduing them soon as ever possible. But before 4 could actually let 2 finish off the conversation, he actually showed her the holographic hologram of the threats that they're facing, to which 2 began to believe 4 is definitely right, that they must subdue them all completely as well, to which she and her began to agree on that as well. Despite this, guys, 2 is a very highly optimistic Two Nation Hunter, a founder and a leader of the Two Nation Hunter. Very highly optimistic, highly given with the power of a pure heart. It is said that the Two Nation Hunters are weak because their great power is driven off by love and compassion. But it is through that love and compassion that makes them stronger. They possess the power of teleportation, the power of physical energy, and the power of supernatural immunities, spiritual energy, natural energy, the power of balance, supernatural detection, absorption, understanding, summoning, resurrection, revival powers, and the power of camouflage, stealth, and the power of great super limping, super jumping, different types of abilities to which they possess, accessing forbidden techniques of energy manipulation, life manipulation, magic manipulation, matter manipulation, energy manipulation, and gravity-based manipulation, and all base creation techniques, which is art creation, sand creation, power creation, dark creation, light creation. Their power is quite driven by positive negative thinking and by positive negative powers as well, to which makes them highly powerful and more highly invincible. It is said that they are the lifeline of life and good and its greatest true power, to which the Universal Heroes believe that the Two Nation Hunters are the exact resemblance of the true companionship that the sacred world needs more than ever often. It is thanks to the Two Nation Hunters that the Sacred Society and the Sacred Great Nations have never experienced such a greater disastrous calamity by preventing the refugees who are suffering from the outskirts of the Sacred Great Nations, who have been war orphaned by the wars of the ancient wars that I've mentioned to you during the episode of the Cultured War, the Dark Magical War, the Shadow Empire rising in power, destroying and proving its power and its might and worth and its dominance and all of that. Two has become highly, truly compassionate in protecting and preventing hate and evil from rising from the shadows when she can actually see it. And due to long base gravity and her powers of immortality, she is going to have the power of patience, resilience, compassion, and devotion, and learning that the enemies are far intelligent than they actually perceive them to be. And the members of the United Heroes have always followed her advice and have always exactly taken her advice very seriously, realizing that the members of the Order of the Five and the members of the Order of the Six and the members of the Founders, the White Power, the Sacred Circle, the Galactic, the ancient criminal organizations of the Order of the Four have proven that they are very powerful and they're very intelligent and they're very formidable threats that are not willing to do. They're willing to do whatever it takes at all costs to conquer and control the entire known universe, and for them to remaining as mortal gods. And there's one important thing. Two has learned that shadow energy does corrupt the brightest minds and turns them into dark, evil, creature-like being and monsters of their own pure selves as well, which exposes the darkness that has been hiding within them as well. And due to that, the members of the Universal Heroes have always taken her advices and her leadership skills very seriously and have respected her for who she is and her people as well. And as well as the Four Nation Hunters who have been able to respecting the Two Nation Hunters, not because they are the weakest species, because through that weakness there is love and compassion, and that true power exactly of remaining united is always exactly as important to them. And she believes in the obligation and in the mission of the United Heroes, as well as the ancient laws and the secrets of the Two Nation Hunters and the purpose they've been given to helping restore the peace and the harmony throughout sacred society, and especially throughout the entire known universe itself. Two has powerful, formidable enemies and opponents such as Golden Knight, the evil alien warlord conquerors, the Dark Druids, the Dark Witches, the Silver Scientists, Dr. Universe, Dr. Darkness, the Unholy Alliance, Ghostmaster, Witchcaster, the most powerful, formidable threats that she's been facing her entire life in the ancient forces of the dark monsters, and the leader of the dark monster organization from the sacred natural country world is one of her most worst nightmare enemies, and she has warned the Power Council that the great monster leader wants to rule and place universal dominance and control over the entire human race, and not just from the entire human race, from the entire sacred system of the star systems as well, which means that they are fighting a threat far beyond anything they've ever imagined. And Two has always learned to respecting her enemies' ideology and philosophy and understanding them, and by putting herself in their shoes as well. And she's very good in protecting dimensions, ancient powers, ancient knowledge, giving that power and giving that knowledge to the worthiest who need it, and the worthiest and those who deserve it, for them to use it for the greater good than rather to use it for the greater evil. They are very good in maintaining the individual bases of operation and the central headquarters, which is an entire homeland city that has sewers and many sewers beneath the city itself. It's a beautiful city that has crystals, airship fleet, vessels, and all of that, and other headquarters that are far within the central headquarters of the United Heroes, to which is after all Two's base of headquarters as well. So it's just a full member of the United Heroes as well. Due to this, they have many homelands, many cities, many small villages, and all of that. Due to that, the energies of the entire cities itself are based on the crystal convergence, energy, life support, and the natural power of nature of wood, stone, and metal as well. And Two has proven to admire the beauty of the entire universe and the beauty of the entire natural sacred world countries that the monsters are trying to come here and rule from. And she has learned that the monsters of the dark dimension are also been fully heavily aligned and fully heavily affiliated with the goddess of death, the goddess of destruction, the goddess of electricity, and the goddess of power, to which they all sort of most powerful, frequent collaborators of the ancient criminal organization, to which they all share a common interest. And she has learned not to underestimate the threat or the opposite force that is willing to do whatever it takes to furthering its goal and its ancient mission, to which she believes hope and light is a key to purifying and saving sacred society and a sacred great nation. And she's always taught the members of the Universal Heroes to be mindful and always to be very highly aware for what they're facing and understanding it before they can go toe to toe with it. To which Firebird is always very highly grateful to have Tu's teachings to her and to the rest of her team, and the other members of the World Heroes see Tu as a mother figure and as a great adult figure to the entire group and the organization itself as well. To which Tu to her people is very and Tu to her people, known as the founder and leader of the Two Nation Hunters, view her as a great example and as a beautiful light that can never be corrupted, that knows the balance of power must be maintained at all costs as well. And she's very noble, very honored, and she loves all the races of the entire sacred universe, the supernaturals, vampires, werewolves, all of them. Given that they're bad or good, she still sees the light still in there, and she still sees a reflection in all of them, and she understands it completely. As Universal Magical always advises her that their enemies do share a common goal with them, that the problem is that they've taken the dark turn and that they become the very symptoms and the very threat that they've never wanted to become due to the circumstances and to the ancient environment that they've quietly lived into. And due to that, they've always joined forces together, to which Tu are good at Universal Magical, and she's also educated her to controlling her powers rather than to relying on the dark side of power and on the dark side of being corrupted by power or by anything that might remove her noble views and values that might turn her to a darker being or a darker version of herself, to which she has become highly respectful of that as well. And she's very wise and very appreciated due to the members of the United Heroes receiving her allies, to receiving her advices and all of that, and possessing immense spiritual power and immense spiritual infinite power beyond her time. Mysterious forbidden techniques, as also by expanding the Two Nation Hunters as well. They share their resemblance with their progenitors, and they share the actual similarity powers with their progenitors and with the ancestral progenitors as well, which means that they are powerful, but due to that, the genetic data in the genome has become highly evolved as well. She's good in speaking ancient language, psychic manipulation, mind manipulation, and hypnosis manipulation, proving that she can erase the knowledge and the ancient wars from other humans so that they can never know about it, to which will prove dangerous for them. And she cares for humanity, and she's very, very valuable that humankind always has a heart, and the members of the United Heroes appreciate her for that as well. Well, guys, that's it for today's episode. I'll see you tomorrow on Thursday. Take good care of yourself and keep going and keep pushing. Love you, and also wish you a blessed day and a great day indeed. And stay safe and stay happy. Like and subscribe to Bill Yo's channel in YouTube, in TikTok, and in Shorts as well. He much quite appreciates your support, but he always says, have a blessed day and have a great, great day indeed. Take care and love yourself as well. I'll see you tomorrow on Thursday, and God bless you all. You guys got this. Keep pushing. I believe in you as you believe in me.